Hey everyone, Barber here, and today is going to be my Explorer Guide video. Now, bear with me since this is my first time making a guide, so if my editing or voice is a bit choppy, then that's my bad. I'm making this in the middle of uni, and in a week I got something very special planned along, so it's been a hectic week for me, but I will try my best. To give a quick summary of what I've got here, I'll discuss the best skins, the easy plus hard counted hunters, best personas, maps, and finally I will show off the right and wrong ways of playing Explorer. Now, here's a quick little disclaimer. This is only for explorers who have a kiting build. I'm not discussing anything with Tidetoner because I personally do not run that for him. Also, I understand that this guide might not exactly cover everything, but if you do have any specific questions or inquiries about Explore, you're more than welcome to go down to the comments below and I will happily respond. Or even better, you could just go to English 1 and I'll be there. Just leave me a quick little message to let people know how I talk on English 1. And also, here's my profile just to verify that I am an S-Badge Explorer on the Asia server. With all that being said, let's get into it. I bet this is the first guide in IDV where costumes are actually relevant. It's pretty common knowledge by now that IDV is not a horror game, but more like a fashion show. I mean, look at all these S tier skins that NetEase pushes out every season. I even made a short video a while ago highlighting how IDV will never run out of flashy and expensive skins. A general rule of thumb when it comes to gaming is that the less flashy your skin is, the better. But let's be honest, nobody really cares about that. Every single ranked session, hell, even in COA, you'll see hunters and survivors wearing the brightest skins possible. I do the same with my Nightwatch. I wear Philosopher's Stone. If you think about it, it's a terrible skin for him because survivors will see me a mile away. But I don't care, it's fun. We all like wearing expensive skins in IDV. However, Explorer is the only character where skins actually matter, so I'm gonna go over each skin quickly and place them into 4 categories. Great are skins that you absolutely should wear. LM stands for skins that will only apply in Leo's memory. Decent are just skins that are meh, and I would highly recommend switching out. And finally, you got do not wear. A lot of skins get me in this category. You got all that? Good, let's get into it. Starting off with Editor-in-Chief, my golden boy, LM. Mr. Turtle, do not wear. Inventor, the best skin for Explorer. However, the issue with this skin is that it is a Season 5 exclusive, so I really don't expect the most of you to have it, but don't worry, there are other great options out there. Icarus, do not wear. The blue on his shoulders and the wings are too obvious. Treasure Digger is decent, I just find the white on him a bit too obvious. Scene is laughably bad, do not wear. Researcher, the only skin other than the S to be an LM. Voyage, decent. Lost, pretty great. Mudberry Leaf, do not wear. Moonlit Traveler, do not wear. Wonderland, do not wear. Crane, pretty great skin actually. I'm not pronouncing that, LM. Sedative, do not wear. Ode to Spring, do not wear. I'm not pronouncing that either, pretty great skin as well. Wayfinder, decent. Original. For some reason I see a lot of fellow S-Badge Explorer mains wearing the skin and I really don't get it. I honestly believe it's decent, there are much better skin options out there. The same also applies to his Worn, I really just don't see what's the point of wearing his original skin. Villa and Green, do not wear, it's too bright. Turquoise, do not wear. Pinky Memory, do not wear. Autumn Orange, do not wear. Apricot Yellow, do not wear. Dark Side, this is literally a free skin you can just get from completing Explorer's Deduction Story. Easily get it. The Lily Pichin, whatever this name skin is. I don't want to see a single Explorer made with any ounce of self-respect during this skin. Do not wear at all. Alice, do not wear. Archaeological Professor, pretty great skin actually. Only problem is the lantern in the back. Museum Chef, do not wear. Spiritless Conductor, decent. However you pronounce this skin, do not wear. And finally, Timepiece Collector, do not wear. So, now we're moving into the Hunters section, where I have a tier list that will be filled out by the end, so you're more than free to skip to the end if you wish. Here I'm going to classify Hunters that would be the easiest or hardest counts for Explorer. As you can see, I have 4 zones that I would classify Hunters in, which belong to Easy, Normal, Difficult, and C Plaza zone. And to go into each of them quickly, Easy would be Hunters that are easy for me to play against Explorer, Normal would treat like every other Hunter, Difficult hunters with built-in tracking abilities of speed, and then you got C process, where if they play the hunter, it's a wrap. There's a special reason why it's called that, you'll find out. Starting off with Helemba, easy. Explorer cannot be detected by the teleporting puppet, which points the hunter to the nearest survivor. However, if you're in that 2-second shrinking animation, yes, he will target you. Explorer is also safe from the possessed puppets, and Lava Demon think he spawns with official equipment. I am not naming these abilities. Joker, difficult. Being tiny does not protect you from the rocket, and don't be on his path when he's dashing. Gamekeeper, normal. Being tiny will not avoid the hooks or bear traps. Same for Ripper, he's normal when it comes to his foggy blades. Soulweaver, difficult. Even when tiny, the webs will reveal your location, so be careful of that. Geisha is mostly easy depending on what situation you're in. If you're tiny and she throws the butterfly onto you, yes, it will latch on, but when you're tiny and even in the process of shrinking down, she cannot directly dash. This way you can spam the shrink button while in the middle of kiting, make you unable to dash onto you directly. If The only bad scenarios is if you're hiding and then she just randomly throws a butterfly onto you. Wu Chang, difficult. When he throws that umbrella, the green circle will not be detected by you when you're tiny. However, you're not immune to black form's bell or white form's siphon. Plus, you can teleport to your early matches. Photographer, easy. You can counter his cipher disruption ability with your pages. Basically, pop each cipher with your page before the camera resets, and this guarantees you having 150% decoding per match because of your pages. You're also immune to his recall abilities where he does the footsteps in near survivors. Mad Eyes, normal. To be honest, I really don't know, because being tiny doesn't do anything with walls, but it may help with hiding with his drone above. Feaster, easy. He cannot be detected by the tentacles while fully shrunk. Keep in mind this will not apply during the 2-second shrinking process. So just like Geisha, use the book during hiding to avoid tentacle strikes. Dream Witch. Proceeds to ignore every single survivor and go straight to me, the bane of my existence and the little queen of the sleep paralysis zone, no denying it. As an explorer main for years, I have thousands of matches where I play him, and I'm on the opposite side of the map. Dream Witches will go out of their way to chase me first. They've ignored lawyers, mechs, mind's eye. I don't get it. Axe Boy, normal. You might think that the purple fireball that follows you whenever you leave the crop zone will make him a hard counter, but I honestly found that while being tiny, you can hide even better within the tree zones. Do not attempt to hide when you have a purple fireball on you. Lizard, difficult. He's faster than your typical hunter, so you have less time to hide when he starts leaping. BQ, easy. You're invisible to her mirrors whenever you're tiny, and it also applies to her final presence. However, her first presence ability, where she rotates the mirror, can lock onto you while tiny, so it gives the hunter an estimate location. Bonbon, difficult. His bombs can cover a large and unpredictable area. And difficult. You won't be seen by the initial cat throw, but it will immediately latch onto you the second it splits. The silence ability also prevents you hiding for another 10 seconds. Violinist, normal. The only thing to watch out for is the demon notes, as it will linger onto you even when tiny, so it'll make you slower and easier to spot. Sculptor, easy. The final presence statue will not form and lock onto you when tiny, not during the 2-second animation though. Undead, normal. There's really nothing you can do against his kinetic chop so tiny. Breaking Wheel, difficult. His speeds in wheel form makes him really unpredictable when trying to hide. Plus, BW mains be driving around like a maniac and then they hit you by pure chance. Naiad, the only hunter in both difficult and easy. Difficult because she can simply puddle an entire area, and if you're in the middle of it, there's nothing you can do. But easy because that same water mechanic she relies on can be used against her. Depending on the scenario, I will purposely step into the water to make her think I'm in one place, but then end up moving to another. Wax Artist, difficult. Covering up windows and pallets prevents you from getting knee-jack reflex, and you can also just spray the wax at any spot you're hiding. Nightmare, easy. Even during the 2-second shrinking animation, he cannot lock onto you with his dive ability. Keep in mind, the crows that he does throw out will detect you even when tiny. Clerk, easy. Same with Nightmare. She cannot place a record on you during the shrinking animation, so you use the book every single time you reach a window or pallet to prevent recording. It also applies to opening gates or decoding ciphers. Whenever she uses her observe ability, it has a 6-second cooldown, so when you see that tiny purple ring, stay hidden and wait for it to go away, decode for 5 seconds, and shrink down. Basically repeat until your cipher or gate is open. Hermit, normal. I honestly don't know what to do with the pages and when they connect onto ciphers. Just avoid hiding if you got electric current on you. Nightwatch, beloved Draw King shot out. Difficult. His wind's abilities can pull you while tiny and alerts him. Plus he's normally faster than your average hunter when it comes to vaulting. Opera Singer, normal. Don't just hide near walls because you may block her dash and she'll know you're in front of her. Fool's Gold, same with her. Don't try hiding next to walls because the pickaxe will act as a mini detection zone. Shadow, hey, guess what, Dream Witch? You're not alone. You got a bestie in the sleep paralysis zone. Just like her, it's nearly impossible to hide from the ghost spirit. All you can do is just pray she targets another survivor. Goatman, normal. You can be invisible within the cage of Tiny. It only helps if he's in pursuing you. Hullabaloo, difficult. His double surprise ability won't track you while tiny, but it will apply during the 2-second animation. The real issue is his red zone, which will instantly reveal you if he happens to go right on top of you while hiding. Peddler, normal. Being tiny doesn't do anything special with their 3 abilities. And finally, Qist, easy. The main advantage is that your pages can counter his abnormal when he is locking in ciphers. But do be careful as his ball form will make it faster and therefore you have less time to hide, especially when being captured by the bulky ball. Now here's my complete list. You can look out for these hunters and get an idea of what to expect. With all that being said, we can now move on to the maps. I would argue that Explorer is one of the most heavily map-dependent survivors in IDV, because I only play him in 3 maps, and I believe this is actually crucial to maintaining my S badge, and for other Explorer mains out there who wish to play him. This is because if you play him in bad maps or even mid ones, his abilities are worthless. both when it comes to hiding and collecting pages. I don't think I need to go into too much detail of each specific map, rather I'll just give you a broad criteria of why I think these three maps are great, simply because they have a large variety of windows and palettes. Tall walls are obstacles to break line of sight with the hunter. They are generally smaller than the other maps like Lakeview or Moonlit, because the smaller a map is, the better it is for collecting pages. And finally, the most important, grass, because grass will be your best ally when it comes to hiding from the hunter. So whenever I play Explorer, I will only play him on the great maps and will never play him on the bad ones. Even the mid ones, I really won't play him on those unless I have to collect points to maintain the S badge. Now we're on to the Persona web. As I mentioned earlier, I will not be covering the rescue path right here because I never run Titan on Explorer. I also believe that Explorer himself has no real rescue capacity, especially against basement chairs and chairs without hiding spots. Now we're on to the web. Knee jerk and borrow time are pretty self-explanatory. Companion effect is very good. If you didn't know, Explorer has a 25% speed boost when still, and that also applies when you're on the chair. So when you get rescued, you get a 50% movement speed for the first 2 seconds. Next is Brewing Effect. This is more of a tie guarantee trait when matches draw to accelerate decoding, as that little extra decoding buff just helps a bit. The defense mechanism is used to get to windows and pellets quicker when injured. This is very helpful to vault and find a hiding spot away from the hunter's line of sight. Airwalk is a must-have on Explorer since it reduces his footprints and leaves no confetti effects when injured. This is extremely helpful when you're injured mid-kite and you have to hide from the hunter and break line of sight. You'll see me use this in effect soon enough.